Hey guys, what's up? This is Roman, aka the Turban Hairstylist on Instagram, or you can also find my personal Instagram, which is Roman__Anthony. Okay, so what we're gonna do is our first hair tutorial video with the hair Buddha. So he is in Asia. I'm not sure exactly where in Asia. I looked in the description box and could not figure it out. But he specializes in doing dreadlocks and textured perms as far as afro hair on Asian, white people. It doesn't look like he had any black clients so far on his in his videos. Not to say he can't do black people's hair, obviously, because he turns people's hair into sort of like black people's hair, like maybe a 4C texture. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was really cool. As a hairstylist, it is incredible how you can manipulate and do whatever you want with hair. I think that is the beauty of it. Now, obviously, this person, because he is making people's hair like afro textured hair, there comes a controversy, and I know some of his clients has experienced controversy. He was saying in one of his videos, and he was like saying, you know, he thinks everybody should share everything: culture, food, even love. I'm a quote unquote the even part. I just felt like I was like, well, why wouldn't we share love? I mean, I come from a very diverse family. I have half Asian cousins, half Mexican. My dad's half Italian. I have half African, so much, and so on and so forth. The only thing I will say from the description box is that he kept saying African American hair, and about that, locks or dreadlocks is not an African American thing. That was never appropriate for black people in America. I mean, during slavery, we usually had to tie our hair up. We didn't have products. There was disease out there and lice, etc., etc. And then after that, when Madam T.J. Walker came along and other people and started making products for our hair, is when we was able to kind of wear it out. Still, our hair textures weren't culturally acceptable, so then we had to go into the hot combs and flat irons and straightening our hair so that we could be more socially acceptable by other people, i.e. people with straighter hair, i.e. white people. Nonetheless, so I like this from a hairstylist perspective as a black person well, I'm not in America right now. I'm from America, but I live in Paris. But as a black person, I kind of was like, I don't mind you guys sporting this hair if you are down with the cause. Do not sport the hair just because you think it's popular or you want to claim it as your own. It's because I've seen certain demographics of people. I've even heard people in demographics of K-pop who was like, oh yeah, this is like, who associate hip-hop culture with K-pop culture, as in K-pop started it. I'm like, yo, like, or even like, you know, the whole twerking, like Miley Cyrus twerking. I'm like, what happened to that song? I like big butts and I cannot lie. Or Uncle Luke, or anybody like, I'm like, yo, I'm like, you can go look at videos of tribes in Africa who was twerking and shaking it before you put a name on it, called it twerking, and made it seem like it was socially acceptable for everybody else. Nonetheless, as a hairstylist, I like the video. As a black person and a minority and a mixed person and a person who comes from a very mixed family, I love the message of the hairstylist when he was saying we should accept everyone's culture, accept everyone's food, everyone's heritage, everyone's way of expressing themselves. You can find the beauty in everybody. I'm saying this part right here, but you can find the beauty in every person, in every demographic, in every culture. There's not one culture I've ever researched, because I love history and I love researching other people's cultures and traveling, that I did not say, ooh, let me wear a turban. Ooh, let me put on a kimono when I'm in Tokyo, or let me go to Hong Kong and do this. All these places, they were so beautiful and they had such rich history and culture that I just wanted to experience and be a part of. So it is very nice and humbling when other people want to experience and be a part of our culture. Now, there are people out there who do want to appropriate our culture, but we're not talking about those people, because we want to spread love, positivity, and all that good stuff, not hate. There's enough of that going on in the world, so we gonna skip on by that. In the meantime, get into my first reaction videos, because I've seen another person do something similar to this, where he made like an Asian guy with a, shorter hair. He like gave it an afro perm with was that pipe cleaners and a perm solution, and then picked it out and it looked like a fro, and I thought that, and he like cut it in lines. I was like, yo, that's dope. You just gave a basic looking person, it just made him look more fly. I was like, because you know how like there's some brothers out there who like they not really attractive, but with the certain type of lineup or the certain hairstyle or snapback, they kind of look a little extra something. So I was like, okay, he just took a regular basic looking person, and that particular hairstyle of the Afro fade made him look better. So this video right here, I was like, the dude looked good, the model or the client or whatever, he looked good before and after. But I will say the locks gave him a little something extra. And you know what? At the end of the day, Voltaire hair. Can't remember what movie I got that from. All I'm just saying is I love hair. Sometimes I wear dreadlock extensions. Okay, now I personally don't feel like I fit in the demographic of people who can wear locks, like, because to me, honestly, maybe locks do stem all the way back from Africa, is because if I technically do not like do anything to my hair but wash it and sleep and wake up, etc., after a time it will naturally grow out into locks. Now, because I felt like Jamaicans and Caribbeans really put dreadlocks and locks on the map in modern day society, I associate it with them. So I kind of feel like because I'm not Caribbean, I can't really associate, like, you know, I was like, when I'm rocking it, I'm like, I don't respect paying homage, okay, because I love Bob Marley, and actually all the Marleys, they really talented. I mean, but you know, just differences. So just one tip I will say is, around the world, please stop associating everything with Black American culture, because Black American culture is a thing and it has become widespread. I'm in Paris and I see Black American culture everywhere. I see Africans who adapted Black American culture. Know the difference between African and Black American, because like African comes from Africa. That's a whole continent where several different countries with 7 different cultures and thousands of languages and dialects. So yeah, and then Black America is the stuff where you can turn on the TV and you hear Nicki Minaj at the Apple Store in Italy, or Tony Braxton at the McDonald's in Paris, etc. Or, you know, you turn on an air conditioner in a hotel. That's us too. So let's get into this tutorial before we get all long-winded in this. Deuces. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Roman Anthony, or you can find me on Instagram at Roman__Anthony, or you can find my hair page at The Turban Hairstylist on Instagram. I will put all the links in the description box below. If you have not already, please hit the subscribe button. If you happen to like the video, like it or give it a thumbs up, whatever you prefer. Share it if you possibly can. This straight hair dreads by Hair Buddha, I believe it is. So this isn't the first time I've seen an Asian with dreadlocks. Actually, I've actually helped an Asian friend of mine, he's Filipino, back in Los Angeles with his dreadlocks, because I wear a lot of dreadlock extensions myself. So I was like, you know what, let's look to see how they did theirs. I'll definitely have to check to see which country they're in. Not quite sure. I do know how my friend did it in the States was a little different probably. Yeah, based on the picture right here, I'm seeing it looks good on him. I mean, the kid looks good. So like, let's go in, check out the video, and we'll kind of talk about the things going on in here if we possibly can. Let's see. Hippie Buddha. Okay, so that's the YouTuber or the stylist. Let's see. Looks pretty good. Okay, so this is the client's hair. You see it has a wave to it. It definitely has had some color on the end, so that means the porosity has opened up a little bit. The wave could mean it's been permed before. Okay, profile radio parting. In clipper. Okay, this is interesting. I've not seen one of these, but it looked like it thinned out his ends, or basically like texturizing shears kind of split them, so you have longer and shorter pieces. So they give it more texture and stick on top of each other. Okay, so he's starting a perm. It looks, that's not pipe cleaner, but it looks like he's using, what was that? long bobby pins or something like that. So starting the afro technique. Okay, how you get your afro? Because mine just kind of, it comes out the way it was. I was born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Okay. So he's properly saturating the hair. And you guys, make sure when you're perming your hair, you usually want to clarify shampoo that hair until it is thoroughly cleansed before you put any of this perm solution on there. All perms are different, so please check the manufacturer's instructions. So he's actually pre-twisting this like if he was going to do regular dreadlocks. Got your end papers, although those end papers look like they have like pores or like they have like little breathable holes or something. Usually you're doing that to protect the ends because they're the most porous, but I think in this case it's more so of like a crutch, little bookend technique. Then he is wrapping that already twisted hair around this long pin. I'm gonna call it a bobby pin. Now I've seen this on someone's hair before, so technically when you're done it kind of looks like little ramen noodle curls. And then you want to go in and you want to take a rat tail comb or something to kind of like pick it out, basically, and it'll kind of give you a fro. I don't know why, but I expected his girlfriend to be black, but it is it is. It's cool. I know when I was in Tokyo, they definitely have their own hip hop community out there where they appreciate hip hop culture, and I appreciate it. Not sure what that gun thing was for because I don't think you can get guns that easily in his country. What is this? Child, I'm not, okay, it's coming out and it's looking like rap set and no shit by Nairobi, but on it, the tool itself, I have no idea what that is. Okay, we'll have to look that up. It looked old, but it looked new to me. Okay, there we go. So it looks like ramen noodles. Who is this artist? I have to look them up. Okay, so he's untwisting the hair. Got your ramen noodle effect right there. Them partings are clean though. Somebody got a black friend because they know how to use the end tail of that rat tail comb. I know when I was in beauty school, I was like, yo, the rat tail is your best friend, people. Use it, learn it, live it, love it. Okay, he's got a little Asian influence on his hip-hop influence, mixed the two. I see, got your Buddha necklace and stuff. Maybe they could be in Hong Kong. I hiked to the big Buddha statue in Hong Kong, so maybe they're in Hong Kong. Okay, we'll see. I actually did have blonde dreadlock extensions in Hong Kong, and they seemed very interested in that. I was literally being followed around with cameras. Okay, so we got his afro right here. Now, technically what he could do is he can go get that lime product or like a beeswax, and he can kind of like twist it and get dreadlocks like that. I think he has enough porosity to his hair, enough texture. Slick and afro-y. Let's see what they do from here. Ooh, language. Okay, song. I didn't. Some of us are saved Christians. Yes, suction and partings. What is this little? Interesting. There's kind of sectioning that into an interesting pattern. It's almost like the lines on a basketball or something, or a pumpkin. What's this rubber bands for? Okay, so I've seen this little tool before. This is the tool my Filipino friend uses on his locks, where you're pulling the lock inside of itself, like the little individual hairs, and it kind of like mats it all up. And that's a good size. I don't condone smoking. I got bronchitis, can't do it, but I think that size is pretty nice. Let's see. I don't understand what the cigarette's for. Right, they got a whole team. I'm definitely charging like $1,200-$1,400 for something like this. Because let's see. Okay, so then they're braiding like 3 of the locks together. They're braiding pretty loose, so that's kind of good. It's not too strong, so you don't get traction alopecia. And then they're taking the little tool and they're basically pulling the dreads between, like the braided dread into itself, so that way it looks more like a one unified lock. Okay, and then as it grows and starts to become worn, it will look more like a lock. I don't know if you guys seen Whoopi Goldberg's hair throughout the years. Sometimes she would just have braids and then she would leave it in long enough to where it becomes a lock. And the base of that braid, you would just twist so that it locks. See, shrinkage is real, y'all. He kind of cute. I mean, okay, I feel it. Not bad. They cleaned up his sides and everything like that earlier in the video. So this is like the beginning stages of his locks, and then as it starts to age, you'll see that it looks a lot better. Okay, so like those ends right there, basically they pulled it through enough, and it's just probably like him getting his sides cut up where he came back and like his locks look more lockish compared to braided locks. As time goes on, it'll start to do that. Okay, it looks nice. It looks nice. Okay, I better see him at the next Black Lives Matter march. I'm just saying. I mean, he looked like he down for the cause. If Bernie can march with Martin, he can march with us. Okay, now I think he looked too good for his girlfriend. So, like, I think on that note, she needs to get herself a makeover. Maybe, like, a balayage or something would be cute on her. Just give her a little oomph. Okay. I know he must have felt like he was sitting in that chair for years. It takes hours and hours and hours. And the upkeep is a little hard too. But as long as he do his apple cider vinegar or his diluted lemon juice rinses so he doesn't get any like bad scalp or dandruff, because you know you got to keep that stuff clean, okay? You can't wash it every day. So basically every so often do that rinse to get rid of the bacteria and the buildup on the scalp. They have products. Hopefully they have those same products in Asia he can use for his locks. If not, maybe he can order on Amazon or something.